Word files. Just wanted to show you guys this compression fitting to AN in case you have not installed one yourself. This particular one is a Fragola part number here. This is for the 5/16 line. If you find this, I'm sure you can find the 3/8 one pretty close in part number. This is a different brand that I already had, but it'll be up where you can't see them, so I'm really not concerned at all. I probably wouldn't have been anyway. So you can take this fitting, stick it on, and take your compression collet. It slides on, and then take the receiver end of the other half of the fitting. And then just make sure the fitting is pushed all the way back as far as we can. We'll tighten it. And even with the first tighten, you'll see that it forces that collet onto the tubing, so it already won't move, but it's not tight enough yet. Now, these fittings are aluminum, so you can't get too crazy with it. Just make sure they're nice and snug. This one bottoms out on the other half when it's where it needs to be. I'm not sure that this brand does the same thing. It does not look like that's going to happen. There you go. I feel pretty good about that. It's nice and snug, and that's our connections. I cut the nipple off of both of these so the collet would fit on. So we will put a couple fittings on the end of our hose here. I won't cut the hose, I'll just unravel it completely and do both ends, hook both ends to it, over the frame, install the tank, and then we'll worry about routing this after that. So we'll show that to you next time.
All right, so these are AN fittings. So this is a hose end. This would go from the hose to a -6 AN. This is a union. It would mate a -6 male to a -6 male. It's another hose end. So you can see the new fuel line that I'm going to install on the new double pumper. It's for 4150 carb. It's also a -6. This is a -6 male end. So we're going to have the union from there to our new Earl's inline -6 fuel filter. It's going to go there. And then on the other side, we're going to have a hose barb coming from the end of the hose down to the fuel pump where we'll use this other one. I'm not sure if I have to have a 90 yet. I do have a whole bunch of AN fittings. So if I do need a 90, I can just grab that out of my stock. So this is some fuel line that I got from Summit. It's -6 AN. I got 20 feet of it. I know I'm not going to use it all. I'm just going to cut it to length. And it's good for ethanol fuels. Now I do try to run straight gasoline if I can find it. It's kind of few and far between to find straight gasoline in Florida. Anything higher than 89, I do run premium 93 or better in this. So if I can find it, I'll use it. If not, and I'm forced to use ethanol, I wanted this to not corrode. So I'm just going to measure. I'm not even going to measure. I'm just going to install one end on one side and then just be done with it. All right, well, I don't have those really nice AN wrenches. Maybe in a future purchase we'll be able to afford those, but these -6 and most AN fittings I've come across, I've never seen any different. They're aluminum, so they do tend to bend a little easier than some of the other stuff out there, but I used to think AN fittings were like, oh my God, I'll never be able to install those. These are super easy. I'm gonna use this factory edge. You pretty much just feed that into there, trying to make it look as pretty as possible. Because I don't want frayed edges. See if we can trim the ends off with a lighter. All right, so I got the end trimmed off. I tried singeing it with a lighter to try to get it into the base of our AN fitting here, and didn't want to do it. So I'm thinking I'm going to cheat and put a little bit of tape around the top of the edge, because it's not going to stop or impede the flow of gasoline. And you won't see it. They need to make one of these brake line flaring tools for AN fittings. Fold over on yourself. I've never had this much trouble with an AN fitting before. I'll say one thing, it's not going anywhere. What we're looking for is the top of the hose to be bottomed out inside of here, and it is clearly not getting there. It's a little tough to see on camera, but the top of the hose, the inside of the hose, is now bottomed out at the top, or the inside lip of the AN fitting in there. You can see it a little bit right there. So now all you do is you take this portion of it and you start threading it in. And then when this meets this, you're done, and then you still have the swivel on the top. I'm gonna attempt this. Put that in that vise right there, and then just spin it around. Now you can see the top of the fitting that's on the hose is getting a little scored up. It's because I don't have those cool aluminum AN wrenches. We're almost there. All right. Now you can see it's all put together. It still swivels, and that's going to give you a watertight connection, because inside of the dash AN fittings, as you can see here, it's got a 37-degree seat that mates up to there and it holds itself together and it doesn't leak. So maybe in another video, I'll measure this hose out, cut the end off, and start plumbing stuff up. But that's all I got today for the Whatever Wednesday on the Bird Files.